Mobile, designed to improve efficiency and convenience of your data entry workflow into Costpoint. Let's log in using our typical Astrata user credentials. Right away, we are presented with a couple user selections that must be filled out before proceeding into the app. Once completed, we are presented with all the app modules available for use: purchase order receipts, manufacturing order issues, sales order issues, inventory counts, and create QR codes. But before we dive into a module, let's take a quick peek at the Settings tab here. Here we can view our current user information, app settings, user selections, and actions like syncing data from Costpoint into Astrata or a user logout. If we choose the CP Sync button, a modal opens that will give you the ability to select which type of data you would like to sync from Costpoint. Back to the menu screen, now we will create a purchase order receipt. Let's start by selecting a warehouse. Now we can either scan a regular barcode or type a purchase order ID, release number, and change number, or instead, we can easily select a purchase order from the query button. Now we can either scan or manually input our packing slip ID. Then, to add a purchase order line, select the correct line from the drop-down, and there you go, it will be added to the receipt. Now choose the acceptance location from the drop-down and enter the correct quantities. To enter the serial lot, we press the serial lot button and we enter the serial ID or lot ID and the correct quantities. Press close to go back now that everything's in place. Now to send this receipt to Costpoint, hit the Submit button, and there it is, a successful submission to Costpoint. After a successful purchase order receipt, a modal will open up with the QR codes for the purchase order receipt and its accepted serial lot items. If the QR code is pressed, you can view the details of the data within the QR code. For each QR code card, you have the option to print the QR code or access the Share menu for additional actions. Closing this modal will take you back to the menu screen. Other app forms like manufacturing order issues and sales order issues will work and follow similar workflows. Let's quickly run through a manufacturing order issue while scanning example QR codes. Let's select our warehouse again. Scan a manufacturing order QR code. Scan the QR code for the inventory item into the form, and adjust the quantities for the MO line and serial lot lines. And finally submit the MO issue. And that's it. The form was sent to Astrata to be submitted into Costpoint. Now, let's also submit a sales order issue from the app with some pre-inputted data to see how similar it would look to the manufacturing order issue form. Before submitting the form, let's add a serial lot line from our list of serial numbers in our existing inventory. Now we can press Submit. And that was a successful submission. The process of doing an inventory count may be slightly different. So let's make an update to an inventory actual count to Costpoint. Let's select the inventory count ID. On the first count line, it's shown that the pre-count quantity equals 3. So let's set the actual quantity to 1 less. We choose our adjustment reason. Now it's required, we also reflect the change to the actual quantity in our serial lot, so let's remove a quantity of 1 from our serial lot. And now let's submit the inventory count update to Costpoint. Perfect. Now let's walk through how to create QR codes from existing Costpoint data. Select the warehouse. Then you can choose to create QR codes for PO receipts, manufacturing orders, sales orders, inventory counts, inventory locations, and inventory items. Let's create a QR code for an inventory item. We are going to search for the part we are looking for and press Generate. Now the QR code modal that we saw earlier will appear and give the ability to print or access the Share menu on the QR code cards for additional actions. And that's how to use the Astrata mobile app to improve efficiency and convenience of your data entry workflows into Costpoint.